The finals! WinterSC versus Scaphism. This is a rematch. This is very cool. We did see Scaphism knock Winter down into the loser's bracket, but those games were so close. They were so terribly, terribly close. So it's cool to see a rematch between these players. Keep in mind, as I was saying before that this game started, Winter is coming from the loser's bracket, so he has one chance, one round of 3 to keep in the tournament. If he gets knocked out here, the tournament is over and Scaphism wins. If Winter wins, he has to take Scaphism into another best of 3. Winter pulling a complete random and getting Swarm. In the top right, we have Dominion. So we have a Dominion v Swarm match. This is interesting. I'm curious to see if Winter's going to pull out all the stops and go for another fast Zergling rush. As we've seen, it's quite powerful if your opponent has not scouted it and is not ready for it. I feel like that's kind of the definition of an all-in Zerg rush, is you're dumping tons of money into Zerglings. If it doesn't work and your opponent is walled in or something like that, then you could have wasted a ton of money for nothing. All those Zerglings are just going to get thrown away later in the game anyway. And I need to take a breath. I need to drink some water. It's been a long day. This has been so fun, though. Thank you for joining me. Anybody who's just stopping in now or anybody who's been here the whole day, thank you for hanging out. I've been having a blast. But let's see. Fast spawning pool before expand. That does not necessarily mean Zergling rush, but he did his gas into spawning pool. To me, that means Zergling speed quickly. And again, we're getting near the end of the tournament, and Winter, keep in mind, he is coming from the loser's bracket. I would not blame him if he wants to try a Zergling rush. Granted, I don't know if he's necessarily going to, if it would be as successful this time around, just because we can already see Scaphism putting up a quick wall in. So if he gets a bunker or something like that, who knows? Also, we've got Scaphism heading in with his SUV. He's going to see the spawning pool. He's going to see the spawning pool, making some weird movements going on here. So I don't know if he's going to immediately recognize that it is researching something or not. So let's see here. So if we check here, I mean, would he really know? You can see the spawning pool looks slightly different than normal, which means that its little spine things are moving a little more than normal, which to him might mean, hey, it's researching. I don't know. There's so many different possibilities that could be going through someone's head when they see that. Who knows? It's a very minuscule thing, but it could tip you off to something like that. We have a fast factory before an expand for Scaphism. So will he be ready for this? He is walled in regardless. So it's possible he knows. I mean, he doesn't, well, now he knows he's against Swarm. He scouted it. But the question is, will he be ready for a fast Zergling rush if it's what's happening? He's getting a reactor on his barracks, possibly meaning he's going to go for some fast bio units, but no tech for bio. Because no tech lab. So we'll see if we get an extra tech lab somewhere else. Or what he's going to do is make a tech lab on the factory, do a swap on the add-ons here, which I actually think I realize now, yes, he's going to move the factory over so that he can get some Cerberus. We've got one SCV that's hitting this hatchery. And again, anything you can do to distract your opponent, just to draw their attention somewhere that you don't want them to be looking. You know, you attack once with a worker. Pretty negligible. Almost entirely negligible, right? But Winter might have to move his camera, something like that. And, you know, the better player you are, the less of an effect that has on you, but every little thing like that can have an effect. And we've noticed Winter specifically in the past has been so good with harassment. I feel like that's how he plays. He attacks you from 2 or 3 different places, even with small numbers, because it's overwhelming. You realize you have to react in 2 or 3 different places, and you might not react as best you would if it was only 2 or 1. All right, there's the expansion from Winter. Not taking... Oh, I was going to say not taking his expansions because we have an engineering bay down here which could be canceled as well. So these 2 Zerglings going to finish it off, allowing him to take his expansion. Oh, that's not where he wanted to put that. Is that where he wanted to put that? That feels off-center. Am I just crazy? I think I'm just crazy. That's fine. Here, the Cerberus going to kite around those Zerglings. Once the Zerglings get speed, though, these Cerberus will struggle regardless. He's got the Cerberus here. No workers to kill. And Winter GGing immediately because he got very aggressive with expanding, and Scaphism taking the first game with some Cerberus. Wow. And that right there is psychological warfare, I suppose. But, you know, no spine crawlers, no Zerglings, no Hydralisks, 3 hatcheries, and all of your workers are going to get toasted by those Cerberus. Hey, Tara. 7:30? I mean, it's right by their apartment, so if we have to push it back a little bit, it wouldn't matter. While I appreciate people comparing me to Husky, that man was a professional. I am doing this completely in my free time with no training or anything. Whew, all right. Scaphism taking the series 1-0. If Scaphism wins this game, the tournament is over. If Scaphism wins the game, the tournament is over. I say again. So Winter going to do his best to hold on here. If he wins this game, he does have to win 2 in a row here to keep this tournament going so that he can, what essentially is knocking Scaphism into the loser's bracket so that they can have a rematch for the real finals. If Scaphism wins here, Scaphism has never been eliminated the first time in a double elimination tournament, means he wins. Winter once again randoming everywhere and getting Covenant. And you know what? I have to give Winter some credit here. He is randoming completely, which is awesome. In the bottom right, we have Covenant from Scaphism. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. I bet we're going to see some real fast hybrid Reavers, but who knows? We've seen Scaphism do this in the past. It's kind of cool now that I've seen a lot of these players play enough that now I can see them, I can kind of anticipate what they're going to do with certain races. You know, I don't know what Scaphism would necessarily do as Dominion. Probably make Cerberus and rush into the enemy base and get them to GG at 5 minutes or something, but regardless, it's cool that now I can kind of anticipate Scaphism most likely going to do some hybrid Reavers. Winter, though, up here in the top left, I have not seen play Nerazim. We'll see how well he does with this race. Nerazim seems like they could be quite tricky against Covenant. Or rather, I should say they would make the Covenant's game quite tricky because Nerazim have so many cool harassment options that if you can keep Covenant down and stop them from getting into those high-level Tal'Darim and hybrid units, they're going to struggle against you with just Mobius mech. I'm taking a brief break right now, and one thing I will say from an amateur caster's perspective is I struggle casting Nerazim sometimes because they get free warp gates, warp robos, warp stargates, so I struggle with keeping track of what they're building because it doesn't show up in the production tab for more than a quick second. There's our fast devotee as Scaphism moves his mothership towards the enemy base as we are used to that happening again. We're going to see that. I would say almost every single person who's ever played Covenant more than once will do this same thing. They're going to get that fast devotee because as people understand how the Ascendant system works, you need a dead devotee to make an Ascendant. And look, if you've been here all day, you're saying, JayborinoPlays, you've explained this at least 6 times. Every Covenant game I've explained it. But look, we got new people coming in. Some people might just be coming in for the final, so I'm explaining. This has been changed. This has been changed from previous games. These devotees, they also look like blood hunters, and I will call them a blood hunter at least once in this game, most likely. And here he goes running up the ramp. We'll see what he can do. We do have a Fnatic here. One-on-one, how will these match up? I think the Fnatic might attack a little faster. 0.64, 0.71. Never mind, the devotee better all around. And the Fnatic trying to run away. Are we going to get another Fnatic to come out? We're going to have some workers pulled off to help him against this. Yes, those workers will definitely make the difference. I don't know if the devotee will be able to kill 1 or 2 workers before the Fnatic can kill him. Also, the Nerazim, having their Nerazim shields, you can see how fast their shields come back, but one more devotee running right by. This Fnatic will be able to kill this. Will he be able to get out, though? These devotees are going to be able to chase him down. I think he's going to go down for sure at this point. One Stalker, though. The Stalker, I don't know if it can quite kite the devotees. Keep in mind, the devotees just barely faster than the Stalker, so the Stalker still could sort of kite. I'm interested to see what sort of stratagems we're going to see from Winter here. Obviously, we see some Stalkers, which means he spent the money to unlock them. Haven't seen any adepts yet in this tournament. I've seen adepts used in some previous matches, though, and they are quite effective. Scaphism keeping the early pressure on, bringing in 2 Warbots. That's 300 hit points of beef in this group right here. That's right, of beef coming in. They do have that +1 plating, too, and these Stalkers going to do their best. Great micro from Scaphism as he moves his Blood Hunters away. And it looks like it looks like Winter trying to push away these Blood Hunters. There we go, Blood Hunters, devotees killing one devotee. Will the second one go down? He's warping in another Stalker. Will it be enough? One Stalker goes down, surrounding the other devotee. The remaining two Stalkers going to try to push away these Warbots. We have another Stalker coming out, 3 Stalkers, and these Warbots just pushing right in because they can shoot while moving, trying to move that Stalker away. And another devotee. Scaphism really keeping the pressure on here. And he has his expansion started too. And we're going to have to see if Winter can get real scrappy to take down these Warbots, these remaining Warbots. We don't have another Blood Hunter devotee. We don't have another devotee. So really, if he can hold on against these Warbots, he might be in okay shape. One Fanatic there. The Fanatic is faster than the Warbots, but they shoot while moving. So it's just going to burn down that Fanatic real fast. Getting out with the remaining Warbots. Winter has held on. But at what cost? The supplies are about even, but what's our income look like? You know, a lot of people say, but at what cost, like I just did, but think of it this way. Yes, Scaphism does have his expansion set up, but he does not have the money to saturate it. But the fact that he does have this base set up is a big deal. He put a lot of money into that rush. He sent in, what, 3, 4 devotees plus 3 or 4 Warbots? 3 Warbots, I think? 4 Warbots, and they all died. So now Winter thinking, I might be able to push in and get a couple workers at least. So we'll see what he can do, but 4 Warbots sitting on this ramp along with a devotee. Scaphism did not stop making workers, and he has his second base set up. So if Scaphism can hold off any further aggression from Winter, which it looks like he definitely will, then I would say these players are near even unless Winter can't set up an extra base here fairly soon. Getting Blink eventually might be able to go for multi-blink here. That does cost Terrazine, which he does have enough of because he's not looking at getting any adepts. Adepts do cost Terrazine, but it doesn't matter because you have to unlock them, which he has not done. What do we have here? Another Warp Gate. Dark Council again, researching Blink. I do like how it's a Dark Council, not a Twilight Council, just a neat little lore tidbit there. Because you're the Nerazim, you're only the dark side, as opposed to the Kali, which are the light part of the Twilight Council. All right, so what's our income look like? This is going to be important. It looks like Scaphism actually below in terms of income. Again, this is the big thing, is these players aren't as separated as you expect them to be. Because, I mean, Winter is down a base technically, but in terms of income, he's rather close. He's actually ahead. And he's got the production set up. So we have another engagement going on down here. We have some Warbots trying to kite these Stalkers away. Really good Blink micro from Winter as he takes out these Warbots, and I realize now what was I saying? He doesn't necessarily need to take that base because he's going possibly for an all-in Blink Stalker micro here. I don't think he's getting multi-blink, but frankly, he might not need to. Scaphism frantically trying to get some missile batteries set up. We may see this forced into a Game 3 with this large group of Stalkers. Large for this point in the game, at least 9 Stalkers moving in. No extra units from Scaphism. And wow, I thought Scaphism had a decent advantage. We see those orbital strikes going down and whittling down these Stalkers, but will it be enough? These Stalkers slowly taking out more and more of these SCVs. We do have one devotee trying to get in there and do his best. 2 Predators. I don't think that's really what he needs right now. Really, really excellent Blink micro from WinterSC. Again, props to him for randoming and still doing quite well with a race that he didn't necessarily expect to play. And down go all of the SCVs. 26 workers killed. Winter, just like that, has turned this game around. A short game, but a huge turnaround from Winter. We had so much pressure put on him by Scaphism. I'll be honest, a small part of me was thinking that the tournament was over at that moment. I really thought I was winding down. I'm like, it's the end. But Winter holds on, taking this series to 1-1. Who picks next? I don't know. I don't actually know who gets to pick in this situation. I'm taking a break until the next game starts. I'll talk to you then. Tara, come look at this. Come look at this GIF. I don't know why I think that's so funny, but it's...
I like it a lot. I like that you also texted him, that should.
Oh. Maybe that's why he sent me that.
I think so, probably.
All right, game 3 of the finals between Winter and Scaphism. Winter coming from the losers bracket, who actually got bumped into the losers bracket by Scaphism, but Winter playing scrappy, hanging on against early aggression, able to win game 2. So, just as a recap, again, if you're watching on YouTube, this may help you more than people who have been watching for the past however many hours, because obviously they just heard me say this a couple minutes ago. But if Scaphism wins here, the tournament is over. If Winter wins here, he wins this best of 3, and the game progresses, the tournament progresses into another best of 3. So we have Winter playing as Raiders. We have Scaphism playing as Covenant. We've seen Scaphism very powerful as Covenant. And who randomed here? Winter randomed again, but getting Raiders. I, in my personal opinion, Winter has played very well across all of the factions that he's played, but I think he's played the best as his Terran factions, playing so well as Raiders, playing so well as Dominion. So we'll see how this goes. Deep breaths. As people have been pointing out in the chat, it's been 6 hours. My mind is blown when I just looked at the clock. It's been 6 hours. Good God. I'm starting to get a little loopy here. Anyway, we've got Winter throwing down his early barracks, and we've got that anvil once again. Very, very fast anvil, but the mothership is not actually moving. I expected the mothership to start moving across the map just to get that little bit of head start. There it goes. The idea is you move your mothership up. It can build those devotees while it moves. Alrighty, so we've got, I don't even know. Again, I need like a brief moment to collect my thoughts here. I apologize if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, but you have to understand it's been 6 hours. So yeah, we're gonna have our early devotee, as one would expect, from Scaphism. And then in the upper right, we've got Winter completely walling himself in. I feel like walling yourself in against Covenant is generally pretty safe, considering you're going to probably expect to see some of those early devotees. The mothership doing its best to move a little bit closer so that the devotee has less of an area to run to get all the way up there. Although you have to keep in mind, I suppose these players have no idea where each other are spawning, right? Oh wait, no, it was scouted. That was scouted. So Winter does not know that Scaphism is in the bottom right. Scaphism does know that Winter is in the upper right. So here goes that devotee. I suppose that's probably why he waited just a little bit longer on the devotee so that he could see where Winter was. Second barracks going down, possibly going to see some bio builds. Third barracks going down, we're definitely going to be seeing some bio builds here from Winter. And I can imagine these players are also getting a little worn out. I mean, I've been casting for 6 hours, but they've been playing for very long too. I mean, Winter's played 9 games straight at this point. I can imagine he's quite worn down, and I feel for him. Scaphism also playing a lot. All these players, any player that makes it towards the end, I mean, they really are earning these wins because you're playing so much, so many hours in a row. You really get burnt out. I can totally understand that. So here comes some Reapers from Winter. And he is not getting the C4 charges, just the Reapers, no problem. I just realized that this tooltip here has old upgrade Marine range. So some are just a quick thing there. Anyway, will we expect to see a hybrid rush? Who knows? So what ended up happening to that devotee? Did he just run away? I was talking about Reapers and talking about these players getting tired like I'm getting tired. So these devotees are actually hanging out. They were ready for these Reapers. I'm actually really surprised that these Reapers just waiting. It's possible Scaphism expected some Reapers from a Raiders faction. Now he's moving the Reaper. Now he's moving the devotees down. And if before anybody wants to say it, because I'm sure there's at least one person that, oh, he's stream cheating. There's no way. There's a delay on the stream. There's no way he would have seen those Reapers coming from this specific direction with the stream lag, because there's like a 30-second delay. So again, anybody thinking it, I don't think anybody's been stream cheating this tournament. I think last tournament one person may have, but they still lost, which is kind of funny. Anyway, more SCVs coming out, and how's the income from both of these players? Pretty even right now. Scaphism does have an expansion. Winter does not, but their income is about the same because of workers right now. So it looks like we've got some warbots going to do their best to try to chase down these Reapers. These Reapers are able to sort of kite these warbots. They also have combat drugs, so they are going to take a little bit of damage because the warbots can shoot while moving, but the combat drugs will heal them right up by the time they get back to their base or wherever they decide to go. They're going to hang out right here. What do we have here? We have a Mobius physics department coming out from Scaphism. I think that means Hybrid Rush. Where's the mothership? What do you need for the hybrid experiment? Hybrid cell. No, not the hybrid experiment. Yeah, you need a Mobius chemistry department, excuse me. So the physics department, I believe, allows you to make advisors. Now, advisors, I think, actually is the right choice, because those eventually you get that nanomachine cloud, which works very well against enemy. Oh, dear. Huge all-in here from Winter. Just ignore everything I just said. It doesn't matter what Scaphism is going for hybrid brush. He's not, but he's going for the anti-mechanical build because he's expecting to see a big ball of Goliaths and tanks and vultures. But instead, we have an all-in rush here with how many Marines? We've got 16 Marines and a couple field medics in there. Oh dear, 2 field medics and then the SCVs. This is going to be intense. We'll see if Oh no! One of the orbital strikes takes out a huge ball right there. Scaphism, perfect shot right there. 1 missile battery, and I'm pretty sure... There we go. Down goes the all-in from Winter. And Winter GGing. Scaphism wins the tournament. What a way to end. Valiant effort. Valiant all-in effort. Again, I can imagine both of these players very, very tired. But that 1 orbital strike... That was like the punctuation. That was the period, the exclamation point, if you will, to this tournament. That was it. Great tournament, everybody. I really appreciate everybody sticking around and hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time watching. I will put this a lot of these on YouTube. Any of the good games plus the finals I'll put on YouTube. I mean, the finals were good games too, but I'll put all of those really long games on YouTube. And, it'll take me some time to go through and chop up the VOD, but I do plan on doing that. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream now. It's time for me to... I have to go. I apologize I couldn't interact with the chat as much as I would have liked, but you have to understand the games are happening. And it's time for me to go. But have a great weekend. If you are in a place with a holiday this week, enjoy it, because I know I will. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, though.